Today, we're diving into a story that takes us right inside a small police station in Punjab, Pakistan. It's a story about the clash between tradition and law, and what happens when one woman's incredible courage becomes the only lifeline for another. And this quote, wow, it just sets the scene perfectly, doesn't it? It's not about one single moment of bravery. It's about a constant, daily fight. This is the reality for the woman at the center of our story. A world where courage isn't a choice, it's a necessity. So, let's meet her. This is Station House Officer Gulnaz. You see her sitting behind this simple desk, the 3 stars on her olive green uniform showing her rank. But the weight of her responsibility is so much heavier than any piece of metal. She is right on the front lines of a very, very tough fight. Then one afternoon, that fight literally walks right through her door. A 19-year-old girl named Asha stumbles in. She's completely exhausted, absolutely terrified. Her clothes are torn, and she can barely speak above a whisper. She's not just asking for help, she's begging for her life. So, what was she running from? A death sentence. And get this, not from a court, but from her own family. Her crime, the thing that put her life in danger, was that she wanted to keep studying. Her dream of an education had basically become her death warrant. To really get the danger she was in, we have to talk about this chilling term, an honor killing. It's when a family kills one of their own, usually a woman, for something they think has brought shame on them. This is the brutal tradition Aisha was running from. And SHO Gulnaz, she doesn't hesitate for a second. Her response is just bam, bam, bam. First, she officially registers the case. Then, she gets Aisha legal protection and moves her to a safe shelter. And finally, she issues arrest warrants. With those 4 steps, she uses the full force of the law to create a shield around Aisha. But here's the thing. In this community, using the law like that is seen as an act of defiance, and the pushback comes fast. Community elders show up at the station not to help Aisha, but to challenge Gulnaz. Suddenly, this isn't a private crisis anymore. It's a public showdown. And this slide really lays out the 2 worlds clashing here. On one side, the community says, hey, this is a private family matter. It's about tradition, about our reputation. They're demanding a compromise. But the law, the world Gulnaz represents, says something completely different. Protect the individual, serve justice, and never, ever compromise when it comes to violence. These 2 views just can't exist together. And that right there is SHO Gulnaz's unshakable belief. That's her anchor in this storm. For her, it's simple. Honor can never, ever be an excuse for violence. Any compromise would mean she was failing her duty. It would mean she was part of the problem. Of course, standing your ground like that comes with a price. The pressure just skyrockets. She starts getting anonymous phone calls, threats. They're trying to scare her, trying to make her feel alone, demanding she drop the whole case. But she knows, if she backs down now, the next girl like Aisha might not even make it to the station door. So, since Gulnaz is absolutely refusing to budge, the whole situation escalates. The battleground shifts from the police station to the courtroom. This is where these 2 very different ideas of justice are going to have their final face-off. And in court, something amazing happens. Aisha isn't just a victim anymore. With Gulnaz's support, she finds her own voice. She actually stands up and testifies against her own family, the very people who controlled every single aspect of her life. It's an incredible act of courage, and it is the turning point of this whole story. And with her testimony and all the evidence, the truth was just undeniable. The court makes its decision, and the law wins. The family members who threatened her are convicted. Aisha was free. Free from danger, sure, but also free to live with her dignity. It's such a simple sentence, but what it means is just massive. It's the direct result of 2 women showing unbelievable courage. But, a huge victory like this doesn't mean the fight is over. Not at all. It's one critical, incredible win in what is still a much, much larger struggle for justice. After it's all over, there is this quiet moment between the 2 of them. Aisha thanks Gulnaz, but not as a police officer. She thanks her as another woman, as the person who gave her back her future. It really shows you the human connection behind all the official police work. And then Gulnaz goes back to her station, back to that same wooden desk. And what does she find? Another file waiting for her, another story, another person who needs help. It's this powerful reminder that her work is never, ever done. And that leaves us with this final, really powerful question. A story like this forces us to rethink words we thought we knew. When a police uniform offers more protection than your own family, you have to ask yourself, what does the word honor truly mean?